I just don't think you can play him enough minutes. Remember, he led the team in minutes played a year ago. Ball is up. Game is on. Memphis wins the tap. They'll have it to start the fourth quarter. This is a very good road team and just a very good team overall. They've won 7 in a row, most recently walloping against the Pistons as Jaren Jackson Jr. lays it in for the game's first bucket. He has played well in the absence of Ja Morant back in November. How about Reggie Jackson? The spectacled sniper reigns in the triple.
His health has been a huge plus for Memphis this season. So many question marks coming into the season, but he's been Mr. Reliable for him so far.
Reggie makes the first.
You have to keep the goggles because you're playing well with them. So he gives me some credit for him. He tried over the summer to play without them, and that wasn't going to be the case.
Early dose of coffee. Centers it to Jackson. Single digits on the shot clock. Here is Coffee inside. Whips it back to a wide open Jackson for 3. It's good. We saw that report from Jamie. Memphis, the best defensive team when Ja went out. I asked the coaching staff before the ball game. They are 5 for 5 and they lead 15-7. Tyus Jones goes back to Jaren Jackson. Dismissed by Ivica Zubac.
Now, this is a Clippers team that led the league in field goal percentage a year ago. Jaren rolls to the rim. Zubac with a rejection.
This is the first game on the road for Memphis after again winning against Detroit back on Beale Street. They won 118 to 88. Jaren Jackson was dominant, maybe not that dominant. Meanwhile, Jackson lays it in his second basket. Jackson, the runner. Zoo, the follow, and he taps it in. Ivica Zubac, 4 points.
It took him some time because he felt like he had been out for 6 weeks with the injuries and the illness, but it's important for him to see that one shot go in and hopefully more to follow.
Hit or miss, yet they're still in the top 10 in three-point percentage. Last year, they led the league. One of the most prolific three-point shooters.
Well, yeah, and Reggie missing 4 games still leads the Clippers in minutes played this season. So the fact that he didn't experience any symptoms.
Zaire Williams, we'll have a little bit more on him later. And you talk about those minutes for Reggie Jackson. They're not just minutes. They're like the toughest minutes for the team. Batum has his three-point shot blocked. The Grizzlies recover down 22-13. Bain tumbles on the floor. They find Jaren Jackson, the awkward 3.
But not keeping him from working the refs when guys are at the line, and obviously they're missing him tonight.
I talked with Brad Jones before the ballgame as Jaren Jackson Jr. knocks in the triple. When I was asking about leadership with this team, he said, look, we are the second youngest roster in the league, but we have found guys that fit our culture, fit our system.
You know, you've seen and talked about just the difference, his approach. And I think if you study Luke's kind of career path, how he is, a lot of times that second year and now playing.
So that Bain gets that backdoor lay-in. And here, the Grizzlies only down 4 in a turnover. That's right.
Applications for my job can be sent to 1212 Flower Street here in downtown Los Angeles. Jackson out of the timeout. Gives to Tyus Jones. Jackson steps out, doesn't take a ton of mid-range shots, knocks that one down right. Now we were away talking with Lawrence Frank. It was obvious that Dylan Brooks was extremely injured, so much so that he's not going to return when John Teske comes in to shoot the free throw. And they just started rolling when, at least defensively, and now they're without Ja Morant and Brooks. Meanwhile, it's going to be Jaren Jackson hoisting up another 3. A whistle, loose ball foul against the Clippers. Memphis is going to grind. That is for sure. Jackson. And the rebound, a one-handed one by Terrence Mann. Jackson nicely inside to senior, has the ball stripped out of his hands and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Clippers.
As good as Memphis has been this season, specifically defensively, as you see there. Their defense travels really well.
With all these players going in and out, have you ever looked across the floor and not recognized a player? He said, yeah, I did it in my own life. Here's Teske. Played at University of Michigan.
I imagine that's happened to a few coaches over the last few weeks.
47-46. Memphis now out in front. Jaren Jackson, giant strides down the lane. That's 4 quick points for Jaren Jackson Jr. And oftentimes like this, it might be the mindset that keeps you competitive, and we know that Memphis has it. Reggie Jackson gets down the lane, gets downhill, gets to the rim, and lays it in. 14 first-half points for Reggie. He leads all on 4 of 6 shooting.
Shooter on the road than he has been at home. Great recovery by Jaren. And again, it's not a block as a help defender, but a block as a primary defender.
defensive rebounds. They rank 30th in points per possession off of those rebounds. Ty Lue mentioned it earlier. They get a lot of stops, but not a lot of points. How about Terrence Mann going to work? Clippers and Grizzlies tied at 52. Morris catch and shoot three. It is short. Under 4 minutes remaining in this first half, tied at 52. We get a quick word from Hyundai. Oh, he was really excited to play alongside Steven Adams. We wish him a speedy recovery. Get well soon as he entered health and safety protocols. As Jackson makes both free throws. Ja Morant and Adams, but yet hanging tough here in downtown Los Angeles. Reggie, a straight-on 20-footer, doesn't fall. Amir Coffey has the rebound. Zoo has the ball punched out of his hand. 1:30 to play here in the second quarter. Memphis leads by 2. Clark inside, lays it up and lays it in. In that conversation, he is that terrific. If you haven't seen Ja Morant, you need to. By the way, what a 1-2 punch there from Jaren Jackson Jr. and Brandon Clark coming off the bench now with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Terrific player here for Memphis. He has 15 first half points as we get a quick word from Kia. Jackson, his father played in the NBA. Seen a 22-point turnaround here. Brandon Boston beats the buzzer. Can he knock the shot down? No. Rebound taken by Jaren Jackson. And they are not part of the playoff picture. They will be in the playoff picture. The question will be where. Will they have home court advantage? The answer is likely yes, as Reggie misses on the first shot of the second half. And they are not part of the playoff picture. They will be in the playoff picture. The question will be where. Will they have home court advantage? The answer is likely yes, as Reggie misses on the first shot of the second half. Again, Clippers trail by 10. Memphis 21-6 when they lead by double figures. Jackson for 3. It is offline. Just off of Beale Street, the answer is very well. Coffey, a seductive ball fake, takes it to the house. Denied by Jackson. It'll stay with the Clippers. About Christina, that's when the defense and the net rating is the best in the league in that time frame.
And by the way, multiple blocks.
You wonder if playing along Steven Adams isn't a huge thing. He said it was going to be the highlight of his career to that moment. Jackson misses the runner, rebound batted around. I thought somebody went through the cylinder. They did count the basket. You wonder if playing along Steven Adams isn't a huge thing. He said it was going to be the highlight of his career to that moment. Jackson misses the runner, rebound batted around. I thought somebody went through the cylinder. They did count the basket. 41% from above the arc. Jackson from the wing to the lane, denied again by Jackson Jr., his namesake. Sensational finish. Terrence Mann hitting the 3, and Clippers will have bigger wins this year as far as standings go, but that one was as good as it gets emotionally. Williams after the turnover, it's good. And the largest lead of the game from Memphis. Reggie from the wing to the lane, a whistle and a foul. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws here. Clippers in action tomorrow. It sounds like Trae Young will be part of that Atlanta attack. Careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Reigning MVP Nikola Jokic. So needless to say, it is not an easy path. Oh, and then they go on the road for basically, what is it, 10 of their next 11 in college. So I have blacked out several years, several nights really, as Jackson makes go to the first of 2. You will receive 2 free tickets to an upcoming Clippers home game while supplies last. Learn more at Clippers.com. Who has erupted here in this third quarter, has 18. Gives to Jackson. Pirouettes, lays it up, but not in. Rebound taken by Morris. Here come the Clippers under 8 to play in the third. The Clippers are dead last in the league in points off of those opportunities. They have only 3, make it 4 fast break points now. As Amir Coffey, 1 out of 2, Christina. Turnover for them, it's 12 now. Back the other way. Jaren Jackson playing a game of twister with every defender on the Clippers, and a whistle and a foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Leon Wood, that was a priceless reaction. I'm not sure what Ty Lue said to him.
Former NBA basketball player, played for Team USA alongside Michael Jordan. There's Ty Lue instructing. As I mentioned earlier, Jackson hasn't missed a free throw. What they want to do. That Kleiman and company, as mentioned, that Taylor Jenkins is the perfect hire. Man misses on the 3. Rebound goes to Jackson, his 6th. Man hustles and scraps, kicks it out to Reggie, alone for 3, offline. And Zaire Williams has the loose ball now from Memphis. Zaire Williams has the loose ball now from Memphis. Although all those rebounds that we saw, the Clippers are actually winning the rebounding war 31-30, but 12 second chance points from Memphis. Jackson over man, misses, gets his own rebound, knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Clippers. Jackson over man, misses, gets his own rebound, knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Clippers. Jackson over man, misses, gets his own rebound, knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Clippers. 99-84, they have the lead as well. The runner is a lob to Clark, deflected, recovered by Zaire Williams, finds Bain in the corner, good closeout by Bledsoe, deflection, interception, Jackson lays it in, covered by Zaire Williams, finds Bain in the corner, good closeout by Bledsoe, deflection, interception, Jackson lays it in. Reggie now with 18. Terrence so far today 3 for 9, does have 7 points and 7 rebounds. Bain gets the screen from Jackson, who pops out on the wing. 3 is good for Jaren Jackson. And they have not looked back since. They have the Clippers in their rearview mirror. The runner by Reggie, in and out. Rebound, Zoo has it torn away by Jackson. And they have not looked back since. They have the Clippers in their rearview mirror. The runner by Reggie, in and out. Rebound, Zoo has it torn away by Jackson. And the Clippers in trouble right now with 9:03 to play. Boston accelerates. Might have been blocked. He winds up face down. Memphis attacks. Bain hands to Melton. Gets it to Clark. Whistle fouled. Brandon Clark will go right back to the free throw line for a couple of free throws here.
You have to stay the course. Guys have to continue to come out each night, compete, and stay in the right situation, stay in the right frame of mind. You know, middling around 500 right now, but as you said, each night compete and stay in the right situation, stay in the right frame of mind. You know, middling around 500 right now, but as you said, you just have to reach that 10 seed. Road trip, we haven't seen that for a couple of seasons. They used to have that long Grammy trip. Those are a grind.
8 games, 2 full weeks for the Clippers. And we're hoping they could protect the house as they head out of the road. Jamie, thank you. So Fred VanVleet is just terrific. We learned the hard way last week in Toronto. Ty Lue says, let's focus on tomorrow. We learned the hard way last week in Toronto. Ty Lue says, let's focus on tomorrow. It was Jay Scrubb, Wenyen Gabriel.
I said, had you ever gone back and watched some of your mom's film? And he immediately said, nah, there wasn't film back then. And I looked it up. She played in the late 90s. There was film. It's
He's
like
grounded.